Welcome back to History Podcast, everyone. I'm Gustavus.
And I'm Christina. We've got a really intense one for you today. We're diving into the Battle of Lützen from way back in 1632.
Yeah, 1632, November 16th, actually, if you're going by the Gregorian calendar, or, November 6th, Julian. It's one of those really pivotal battles of the 30 Years' War, isn't it?
Absolutely. It was the Protestant Swedish and Allied forces led by the famous king Gustavus Adolphus going up against the Catholic Imperial Army, which was led by Albert von Wallenstein. Big names, big stakes.
And the forces involved were pretty significant too, right? On the Allied side, you had like 19,000 men, Swedish troops plus contingents from Saxony and Hesse-Kassel.
Yeah, and then the Imperial side, a bit smaller, around 13 to 15,000 soldiers. But, they had that earlier detachment of about 5,800 under Pappenheim, which becomes pretty important later on.
For sure. So to set the stage, Sweden's campaign actually started back in 1630 with Gustavus landing in Pomerania. He'd already racked up some pretty big victories too, like Breitenfeld in 31 and Rhein in April of 32.
Yeah, major wins for him. And Wallenstein, he was trying to mess with Gustavus's communications, advancing into Saxony, even capturing Leipzig that November.
Which kind of set the whole thing up, didn't it? And then Wallenstein, he makes this critical move. He detaches Pappenheim.
And Gustavus, he just sees the opportunity immediately. He's like, okay, this is it. My army's larger. We're going in.
The battlefield conditions for Lützen, though, sound just awful. Dense fog, early morning. I mean, visibility must have been non-existent.
Oh, totally chaotic. Imagine trying to fight in that. The Imperial deployment, it was this really strong defensive formation, infantry behind a canal, artillery, cavalry on the flanks, all protected by musketeers. Very, well structured.
And Gustavus, true to form, he just launched these infantry assaults with artillery cover, backed up by cavalry actions against the Imperial wings. Just a total attack.
But then there's this dramatic turning point, isn't there? Pappenheim's cavalry, they counterattack, and they just halt the Allied advance. They inflict really heavy losses.
Yeah, it just turns the tide. And this is where, the real tragedy of the battle comes in. King Gustavus Adolphus, he personally leads a cavalry charge, and he gets separated. Amidst all that chaos, he's just, fatally wounded by musket fire. Shots to his arm, his back, his head. Just a devastating blow.
It really is. But what's incredible is, despite the king's death, the Swedish troops, they actually rallied under their subordinate leaders. They just kept pushing.
Yeah, they managed to break through the Imperial center, actually, just before nightfall. The artillery really helped them there, too.
And Wallenstein, he ordered a pretty disciplined withdrawal, but he did leave behind, wounded men, a good amount of artillery, most of his supply train, actually.
So the Swedes, they retained the battlefield at dusk, which, traditionally that's the symbol of victory, even though, honestly, they suffered just incredibly heavy casualties themselves. So in terms of aftermath and significance, it was a tactical victory for the Protestants, which is good, but it was a massive strategic blow because of Gustavus's death.
A huge, huge blow. Politically, Sweden continued, though, under Chancellor Axel Oxenstierna. They even formed the Heilbronn League in April 1333 with French support.
And Pappenheim, the guy who, led that counterattack, he died the very next day from his wounds.
And Wallenstein's fate? Suspicion around his loyalty eventually led to his assassination in February 1634. So 2 major figures gone not long after the battle.
Yeah, and the chaos following Gustavus's death, it just extended the war, didn't it? All the way until the Peace of Westphalia in 1648.
On a more, lasting note, there's a memorial site, a granite Schwedenstein, where Gustavus actually fell. It was capped with iron in 1832, and there's a chapel added nearby in 1907.
And his death, it's still commemorated annually, too, on Gustavus Adolphus Day, November 6th, Old Style.
He's truly regarded as, a key Protestant hero and even the father of modern warfare. His passing, it just considerably altered the 30 Years' War's entire trajectory.
A pivotal figure, indeed. And that wraps up our look at the Battle of Lützen.
Thanks for joining us on History Podcast, everyone.
We'll see you next time.